Greetings, everyone. Have you ever felt like the bullshit has no end? That every time you get over a hurdle, there's another one waiting for you to climb over, and you feel like just saying, F it, I don't care, I'm done, I had enough. And just when you think that nobody understands what you're going through or will ever understand, you meet somebody and they're having the identical problem or identical situation that you're having. And all of a sudden, it makes you start to assess yourself, take an inventory of your life. And not to feel better because you're in a better situation than the other person, but to say to yourself, wow, even though I'm going through this, somehow I am put in a position to comfort or encourage someone else. And that doesn't make you feel better than the other person. It just makes you know that, listen, when you get to that point, when you're about to throw your hand up and you're just going to say, life is SH, um, someone will be put in your way, what you call a journey helper, to help you carry on. This life is no game. And those who survive or get to the point where they stand on the pinnacle of success, they have stories that will curl some people's hair. So even though you feel like you want to give up, even though you want to say F it and chuck it to hell, just take a deep breath. Think of something positive or think of something beautiful in your past, just to help to stabilize you in that moment. When you think things are hard for you, trust and believe they might be, but they're worse for others. As I was out today taking care of my business, I ran into a woman and she started sharing some experiences with me. And there were identical problems that I had. And I was in a position to give her sound financial advice and give her a little secret to help her get over that situation. There's so many people, at the brink of losing their home in this country. So many people are in debt because of all the changes that are occurring in the economy, all the things happening in the world. And it is frightening. But I do believe that you should continue to hold on to the things that are important to you, if not physically, in your mind. If they slip away from you and you're not in a position to hold on to them, then it was not meant to be. And at that point, you choose peace. Okay? The woman was sharing her story. It was heartbreaking, you know, what she was facing. She's in debt to the point where she's getting threats, she's getting these letters, she's getting these reminders. But I've seen people in worse situation and they come out. And again, if you're not able to dig out from that pile, just let it go. You're hiding from those phone calls, from those creditors or those people, stop hiding. I remember some years ago, I was afraid to answer my phone because the credit card people were calling, and I lost my job. And one day, it's like while I was not answering the phone, it's like the Spirit said to me, answer the phone. And when I picked it up, and the woman says, oh, we're calling about a late payment. And I said, you know what? Join the line. You're not the only one that is calling for me and that I'm late on. And she says, oh, what happened? And when I shared it with her, she had all these solutions for me. I was there stressing out myself and just hiding from those calls and feeling so overwhelmed and feeling bad. And if you're a person who loves to keep your credit score high and you see that it's going to be threatened, you're going to just really go through the most. But I'm so glad that the Spirit said to me, answer her. Because when I did, she had a solution for me that allowed me to keep my credit in good standing. So if you're facing that, don't wait for the creditors to call you and you hide from them and you ignore them. Make that phone call. Ask for interest relief. Ask for, them to give you a grace period. You can do that with everything. Even your mortgage. If you're behind on your mortgage, call your bank and ask for a skip payment. Okay, don't automatically just go and take loans, because if you do that, you might just be ruining your credit or ruining your situation. Remember, you have some very greedy loan sharks that it will give you these loans, and they give you enough just to take away your home. And if you're a peer person who pays rent, speak to your landlord. Don't be living in people's houses and not pay rent. It is wicked, because people have to pay these bills month after month, and when you sit in their home and run up their light bill and their water, and they can't make their mortgage payment, let me tell you, there's a different place in hell for you. Speak to your landlord, make an arrangement. If your rent is 1,000, give them 500 if that's all you have. Okay, be kind to others, and as you're going through your thing and you're being considerate of the people who you owe money to and you don't have it, speak to them, ask them for grace. Be surprised to see how people will extend grace to you. And listen, when you're not in that financial situation, don't be too cocky, because you never know. You don't know when sickness, sudden loss of job, how these things can really turn your life upside down. I remember going from a six-figure salary to virtually zero last year. And I thought it could never get worse. And I didn't know how I was going to get out of that situation. It was scary, it was frightening. But let me tell you, here I am standing. Not where I want to be, but still holding faith and hope and trusting in what I believe. My sister said, prostrate, lay prostrate on the ground. And I laughed. Unfortunately, I don't believe in that anymore. I just know that I don't achieve anything unless I put one foot in front of the other, or I find a way to think. I don't think God is there to try to deliver us that way. He helped those who help themselves. Yes. And so while we try to manifest the thing, and I do believe in that, we still have to put in work, and we still have to do what is necessary for us to survive in this new world. We have all these beautiful things at our fingertip. Snap your finger and the light turns on or off, and yet we're so miserable. We're so unhappy. Yet the distance between the 1% and the rest of the world continues to widen. You want to give up. You want to just say, forget it. You want to say, I'm a good person. And I see some very wicked, evil people, and they're doing well. Don't pay attention to that. Just continue to just be positive in your outlook. And if you can't be, find somebody who will encourage you. Because there are days when you're like, forget this, man. I don't care. I just want to curl up in a ball and I just want to go to sleep. All of this stuff tumbling down on me is just too much. Listen, when I was done talking to the lady, she had a bright smile on her face. And I was really not there to spend money, but she was selling scarves, and I blessed her by getting a few scarves from her, and she had not made any sale all day, and I'm so glad I was able to. It's not that I was in a position to be spending money. I'm not. But I know that when I bless her, when I encourage her, someone else will do the same for me. All right? Stay blessed, everyone.